Hello, everyone. From today, we will talk about how to deal with files in Python, or you can say handling files in Python. And we will go through different basic topics and different commands that how you can access a file, how can you read a file, and so on and so forth. So, if you talk about the terminologies or the nomenclature, there are three main things when you're dealing with the file. Number one is file itself. Number two is the directory, and number three is the path. So file is the name entity that is used to read and write from or to a hard drive. And what is a directory? Directory is an organizing unit in computer's file system for storing and locating files. It can contain both subdirectories and files, right? So you can say directories and folders are the same thing. And then the path, that is actually the place where the file is located, or you can say a sequence of directory names that specifies the exact location of the file. So what are text files? Text files are the files which are stored in dot text extension, and that they contain different information within the file, and you can use these text files to read or write a file. For example, if I just paste a sequence, uh, if I show you one text file, wait, or I just paste it, the text file here. For example, this is one FASTA sequence, because we all this tutorial is all about bioinformatics. So if we say this is one file which contains a FASTA sequence, and the first uh, row always represents this one, the greater than sign, and then the description of the file. You can write anything here, and the next line and the next line and so on and so forth is the basically the file in sequence, the sequence of that particular FASTA sequence, starting from the start A to the end A. So if we say this is one file and this is one text file, how we can open this file if that is stored in some specific location in your directory slash folders, right? So in Python, we specify the name of the file and tell the interpreter whether we want to read it or write it. For that, first, what function is used? That is the open function. Python has an open function that is used to read or write the file, and function open returns a handle used to perform operations on the file. So if when you give the open command and give the uh, all the details of the location of that file, it will open that file, and then it will return, and you have it. And then the next step is what you want to do with that file, right? So if we start from the basics, the open takes the open function takes two arguments. Number one is the name and the location of the file, and the other one is the mode, like you want to read it, you want to write it, you want to append some information, and so on and so forth. So if we start by accessing the file, or if we talk about the syntax, then let's suppose if this file is located somewhere in the e directory and I want to open it, not somewhere, actually it is present in the e directory, I've just saved it, and now I want to open this file, and I am giving a variable f out, and then I say that open command, and then the I want to give the location. For example, it's present in e sequence. Yeah, you can see it's present here, right? So now I'm giving the, and then I want to give the mode. If I don't give the mode, then it basically consider it that here I am only uh, I'm just reading the file. If I give the any other mode, for example, if I write here R W A, so R is for read, W is for write, and A is for append. So it depends, right? So it means that this is the variable, this is the function, this is actually the string specifying the name and the location of the file, right? So that's the basic syntax for opening a file, right? So if I just and enter it, you can see that there's no error. So it means that f out open sequence.txt, and I'm not giving a mode. So in if I'm not giving a mode, it means that it's actually reading the file. So now default mode is read, right? Or if I just write here, for example, I just want to print it, like print f out, what it will give. Now it's not giving me what inside it, but it's telling you that this is the name of the file, this is the mode of that file, right? If I just write here, if I add the mode here and I put R here, right, and give enter, and then I again use this file again, you can see that that's the same output. So it means that R is default. So so what we have learned here, that if only file name is listed and not full location system, Python tries to find it in the current directory as well. That's what you need to know. Like for instance, if will not put it here, then it means that the current directory, whichever I am in, must contain this file. If it is not present there, then it will say that there is no sequence present in that file. For example, it's saying that no such file in the directory. So it means that in the current directory it is not present. So that's why I give here the destination, right? So next, so now if I want to read the text of the file, that what is present inside this file, which is stored in fout, and I want to read it, like, so what I need to do, what I need it here is the read function. So for instance, I'm saving it in f out and I want to read that file, then I have to save it in another variable, like a equals to, I would say f out dot read, then I enter, right? So now the context or the text within that file is saved into this a variable, and now if I just print a, it will print the entire sequence that is present in that file, which I showed you in the beginning, right? That the FASTA sequence and then a and t. So this is the basic way that how you can read a file. And for instance, if you can now we have talked about the loops and everything, you know about the for loop and while loop. So now if I want to read it line by line, then you can using a loop you can read it by line by line. And usually there are different uh, white spaces in the beginning or in the end of the file. So whenever you're dealing with any new file, what you need to do is you need to use the strip function, and you should remove any white spaces that are present within the file. For instance, here we have the file that is stored in fout, and now what I want to do here is that using the loop function, I want to read that file. For example, if I write it again here, for example, this to make it clear for you, like this is the file, and then I want to say that for line in fout, right? What you should do here is that print line dot strip r strip or right space, or if I just write strip, it will remove everything from the right and left all. But if I only I write r strip, it means it will remove white spaces from the right side of the right. So here it's printing all the sequence. So if I just if I now no, if I don't use this strip function, what will happen? You see here that now what it is doing is it is creating different white spaces here, and it means that there's an empty line here, there's empty line here, and there is a lot of space. So usually whenever you are printing or accessing a file, you should first strip it by the strip function, right? So that's how you read the file and print the file.